Now known as one of the worst environmental accidents in U.S. history, in 2009 BP planned to drill an exploration well into the Macondo oil prospect located in the Mississippi Canyon block off the shore of Louisiana. The BP oil spill, a tragic event that occurred April 20th, 2010, 41 miles off the coast of Louisiana on the Macondo oil prospect. The Deepwater Horizon offshore rig exploded due to a blowout, or the uncontrolled release of oil that occurred due to failures in the blowout preventer and other safety equipment.
A kick occurred on the Deepwater Horizon. This is a well-controlled problem in which the pressure found within the drilled formation is higher than the fluid in the wellbore. The hydrostatic pressure acting on the borehole ore formation, which also affected cement integrity, was the main cause of the blowout. The fluid in the wellbore began to rise through the pipe undetected, even though the information was available to the crew indicating the wellbore had fluid flow. The rig completed a negative pressure test which was incorrectly completed and did not reveal any results of hydrostatic pressure in the wellbore ore formation. The cement barrier protecting the well failed due to pressure acting on the well, and the cement did not isolate. After the negative pressure test, the fluid in the wellbore and oil began to rise through the pipe undetected. The oil rose to the surface and spewed onto the rig floor. To stop this, drilling rigs have a special piece of equipment called a blowout preventer. The blowout preventer stops kicks from entering the risers by sealing a space around the drilling pipe, called the annular space. The crew can activate Wells annular preventers or donut-shaped devices that seals the annular space to prevent a kick from entering the risers. The annular preventers failed to seal the annular space, and highly flammable formation fluids entered the risers and moved up the pipe toward the drilling rig. The highly pressurized and flammable formation fluid made it to the surface and sprayed the fluid all over the rig floor. The crew manually closed the pipe ram, another way to seal the annular space below the annular preventers. Unlike the annular preventers, the pipe rams temporarily sealed the well, but the formation fluids already above the rams rose up the risers and spewed all over the rig floor.
The formation fluids found an ignition source and ignited, creating the massive explosion. This tragedy killed 11 men and severely injured 17.
As their last resort, the crew attempted to shear the pipe using blind shear rams. The blind shear rams failed to shear the pipe because the pipe was off-center.
But the crew that was still alive was able to exit the rig. Deepwater Horizon eventually sank on April 22nd and eventually leaked 3 million barrels of oil, equivalent to 126 million gallons, into the Gulf of Mexico. The oil spill had many different effects on the environment and the businesses that worked in the Gulf area. The spilled oil and gas had a major biological and ecological effect on offshore ecosystems, affected nearshore and coastal sites, and affected long-lived marine organisms. The oil and gases made plant growth and animal life almost impossible.
There's going to be a harmful effect on many local businesses. It's going to be painful for a lot of folks.
6,000 birds, 1,100 sea turtles, 100 dolphins, and many marine life were killed due to the polluted waters. Mutations occurred in the offspring of affected animals, such as being abnormally large, small, or having extra and new features.
The BP oil spill was a tragedy that will be remembered as one of the worst environmental disasters in U.S. history. But many learned from this tragedy, helping keep millions of men and women who work in the oil industry safe. BP and other petroleum companies added safety regulations for their companies and requirements for companies they hire. Safety is a high priority for BP. BP investigates safety incidents and near accidents to identify any potential underlying themes and use leading indicators like inspections and equipment tests to monitor the strength of controls to prevent incidents. BP utilizes robots that are equipped with ultrasound technology to complete robotic inspections of their equipment to detect corrosion. BP also aspires to leave a good environmental footprint. BP monitors its air emissions and uses non-fresh water when water is required. In circumstances where BP activities occur in places that have cultural significance, are home to threatened or protected species, or have outstanding biological, geographical, or social value, BP takes action to mitigate the potential impact of their work. For example, in the Gulf of Mexico, a diverse body of water home to billions of creatures and home to protected species too. BP uses their resources to learn about the environment and creatures living there to prevent and avoid negative interactions on their lives and homes. The BP oil spill led BP to become one of the global leaders in safety. BP now has higher training standards, identifies potential hazards, opened the eyes of other companies to have safe working habits, and led the government to create laws to keep workers safe.